Hey guys, it's Justin from Justin's HIV Journal, and I would like to talk about being a foster parent. Oh my goodness, it is amazing. I am very, very happy about it, and we do have a son now. He's 15 years old. He's came to us about, I think, 3 months ago, and it's been an adjustment period for everybody in the house, especially for him. He started school. Certain things are expected when you have to realize that foster children come from a different background than a lot of what people would deem normal. Um, you know, they're in foster care for a reason. So it's something has happened in somebody else's life that they're not being able to take care of. So I just wanted to share with you some thoughts that might help you along. So if you have a teenager and a foster parent, they're gonna act out in certain ways, and believe me, my son has acted out already. And basically, it's attention getting behavior. It's basically they're wanting your attention. So I can give you an example. My son, oh my gosh, he said something to me, and I was just like, oh my gosh. He said, "Oh, hey dad." I go, "Yeah, I'm driving. We're driving to get his glasses, and I'm in the driver's seat. Dad, I just wanted to say something." I said, "Well, you can tell me anything." He's like, "Yeah, I want to tell you something." I said, "I don't like KY jelly. I like wet. It's better." And I was like, "Okay." And he says, "Well, and lifestyle condoms, those are my favorite." And I said, a lot of parents would like go off the hem about that. They'd be like, "What the hell are you doing?" And I'm like, "Well, at least you know what you like." And I kind of turned my head and just kept driving. And I just left it alone. So it was like really, really funny. I was just like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh in my head, but I was like, okay, I have to keep it cool, I have to keep it cool. And at least he's using condoms, you know what I mean? At least he's actually using condoms. I mean, what can I say? He's my son and he's using condoms, he's being responsible. So I was happy that I'm not really happy that he said that to me, but just happy that he's using condoms, and I think that's important. So, I mean, I think I'm a good dad, so whatever. But he looks at me as a disciplinarian. So what he'll do is sometimes he won't tell me the whole truth, and I'll have to pull it out of him, like asking him questions and kind of like I'm like, you don't know that Daddy took a course in investigative journalism, so I know how to get the answer out of you. But so then, it's so funny. He's just an amazing little guy, and I wouldn't, train him in for the world because nah, he's an amazing guy, amazing young man. He has some issues at school. Every kid does. It's not. And he's an LGBT youth. He's a gay 15-year-old boy, and so that is rough. Um, it's rough. 15 is rough. Being gay is even rougher. Like when you're 15. So there's certain tools that we've given him to he can kind of use that to offset some of the teen angst that he's feeling sometimes. So it's good to give them options and choices. For instance, him saying one time he left the dinner table and said, "I'm gonna go to bed now," and I was like, "You're going to bed at 8 o'clock?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm tired." I'm like, "You just don't want to do dishes." And he said, "Yeah, I don't want to do dishes." I said, "Oh, okay. Well, you have to do them." He goes, "Well, what if I don't want to?" And I said, You either do the dishes and the pots and pans, or just the dishes. So you have a choice. Which one do you want to do?" And he said, "I'll just do the dishes." I was like, "Okay, good." So give them choices. That's my number one thing. That kids love choices, and they love structure, and they love discipline. They love that. But some of them don't like. They don't like the fact that they have to do it. Um, so and we just got into a little bit of a disciplinary talk. Um, I noticed him squinting when he was doing his homework, and I said, "Why are you squinting? What's where are your glasses?" He goes, "Oh, um, I lost them." And I said, "You lost them?" He said, "When did you lose them?" What were you gonna tell me? I lost him a week ago. Or like a week ago, and I told Dad. It's like, so you didn't tell me. He was like, oh, well, yeah, I didn't tell you. I was like, well, why didn't you tell me? I was like, especially since I'm the one who, like, went with you to get them, and I have your spare glasses in case you lose that. He's like, oh, well, um, I said, well, so, no, I was like, London, this is really important. You need to tell us both when something like this happens so we can help you. Let us help you because you obviously didn't think of telling me, and I'm the one who has your spare glasses. I'm the one who has your spare glasses, me. So you need to tell us both something when things like this happen. It's really important stuff. You need to tell us both. I was like, I'm upset that you didn't tell me. I'm not upset that you lost your glasses. I'm upset more or less that you didn't tell me. So he got really upset, and so I gave him a spare set of glasses. So he has a spare set so he can do his homework. So then I come back and I noticed he didn't have his glasses on. So I said, hey, London, that's kind of hard to do without your glasses. And he was drawing. He was sketching in a sketchboard. I'm like, why aren't you doing your homework? And he like threw his sketchboard, or his sketch book on the ground. And I said, listen, don't cop an attitude with me because you're wrong. He said, what? I said, don't cop an attitude with me. You don't need to cop an attitude with me. Do your homework, like I said. And he was like, oh, okay, I'll do my homework. And he was like, well, I'm upset because you said I had an attitude. I'm like, well, you have an attitude now, right? He was like, yeah. I said, well, you have an attitude. And sometimes your facial expressions say that to other people. You might not know it, but sometimes your facial expressions say something different. You may not think that it says, you may not think that you have an attitude, but you do. So he said, okay, well, all right, I see that. I was like, does that sound logical? He's like, yeah. It's like, does that sound like it could happen? He's like, yeah. I said, okay. So that's one of my stories of being a foster parent, which I freaking love. I love being a foster parent. I love it. So especially kids are just so amazing. They're just so amazing, and they're so special. All right. Well, I'm signing off here. It's getting kind of late, and Hurricane Sandy is on her way, and I don't want to hear thunder and lightning as I'm trying to make this vlog. So I'll talk to you later. Bye bye.